Assalamu alaikum, my dear youth. Do you normally read? A lot of you want to change your financial habit, but you don't read. Do you know what happens when you don't read? The old things you've learned is what you keep on repeating doing. You continue to see the same people, the same places, eat the same food, think the same thinking, hang around the same things, and you continue to have the same results. Well, if you are always following me, if you are one of those God has touched your heart to always follow me, I encourage you to get this book, Automatic Millionaire. Forget about him. He only kept it maybe to attract people, but it's not about automatic. You don't become automatic millionaire, but he gave a procedure that will help. So I was reading, and I think I'll go to a particular page. I would like to advise the youth to take what I'm going to tell you very seriously. He said, pay yourself first. The number one way to financial freedom, that is pay yourself first. Let me see whether I can read it. Pay yourself first. Now, he said there are 4 questions or 5 questions to ask yourself to really see whether you are paying yourself first or you are on the right path to success. So that is what I'll really go deep into. He said, do you really know what pay yourself first means? Do you really know what pay yourself first means? Now, anytime he organizes a seminar, he always asks the people if they've heard of the pay yourself first concept. And virtually, more than 90% of them will raise their hands. So that by simply having heard of the concept doesn't mean you are living it. So that before you explain the concept, he wants you to ask yourself the following questions. So number 1, do you know how much you should pay yourself first? Do you know how much you should pay yourself first? I know. I don't know of you, so you should also try know your own. Do you know where to put the money you pay yourself first? I know. I put in my education. I'm doing my master's. I'll do my PhD. I'll read my mentors' courses. I'll register for them online. Go to their places. I want to become a world-class speaker, and you can't become a world-class speaker on average education. I mean, world class. My market is not Ghana. My market is not Africa. My market is the world. If you want to be a world class, you need to feed your mind with very important messages. That's why I don't waste time listening to unnecessary things. No, I don't have time for that. I'm continuously feeding my mind because I can only operate within what I know. The more you know, the more you are able to do. The less you know, the less life you have. Your mind is powerful. Almighty is all powerful. So if he gives you the mind, that should tell you how powerful it is. Make good use of it. So do you know where to put the money you pay yourself? So I know 1 is the education. My 2nd is my passion, my calling. It takes money to buy this phone and camera. It takes money to buy this book. It takes money to organize seminar. So that is where I put the money I pay myself first. Because the honest truth is that sponsors don't sponsor seminar, financial seminar, personal development. No, do you know what they sponsor? Miss Ghana, Miss Tamale, Miss Northern Region, Miss what? At the end of the day, the lady will get a car or motorbike, and that's it. That's the kind of life we find. And then we want our life to change. It will never change. God said, I will never change the condition of my people until they change themselves. Let's continue to do that. We curse what is happening, and then we nourish what we are doing to cause that. That's a tragedy. I got to realize that I was cursing things I don't like, but when I look at my habit and my mindset, I saw that I was nourishing them. So I took ownership of my life and I quit doing them. Then I start seeing changes, and I advise you to do that, or else I did a while my brother. The 3rd question is, are you actually doing it? Okay, you know, pay yourself, but do you do it? So I encourage you to start to do that. The 4th or 5th question, that is, Is your pay yourself first plan automatic? The truth is that mine is not automatic. But anytime I take my money, I pick it myself to go and put it. But he's suggesting that we should make it automatic. So probably, inshallah, this year I'll see my bank people. Then we'll see how it can be automatic. Whereby before even I'll go and take my cash, it has automatically already been deducted. Many people, what they do is that they'll pick their money, then they'll pay people. What is left, then they'll now see whether they can save some. You cannot succeed with that because your problems are more than the money you are taking. That's where it's not enough is there. So when you get your money, you pay yourself first. So you pay yourself first, you pay Almighty God, you take care of your needs, you look for investment. You just take care of yourself and you pay yourself first. The rest, then if you're owing people, you take care of it. If there's something you desire, you buy some. That is the psychology. So it's your pay yourself. Now this is the point. It's not from this book, but from my other book, and I felt I should add it. That forget about how good or bad your finances are right now. Most of you are complaining my finances are bad. Things are very hard. I'm very broke. Forget about all those things right now. So what should I do? Focus on whether your habits are putting you on the right path to financial freedom, poverty. I love this quote that if you cannot change your destiny, change your attitude or the direction. Look at the quote again. Focus on whether your forget about how good or bad your money is right now. Forget about how good or bad your finances are right now. Focus on whether your habits are putting you on the right path to the destination. There's a right path to financial freedom. Is your habit on the right path? Every destination has a path. You can't take Kumasi Road and go to Savelugu. The path you are taking. So I love this quote that if you cannot change your destination, you have control by choosing which path to take. So if somebody says, Mr. Yunus, you will never go to Savelugu. I don't know, but I'll go and take Savelugu Road. I'll just go and take Savelugu taxi and just sit in Surat and be playing music and be reading Quran. I don't have control over that. Somebody says, Mr. Yunus, you will never go to Accra. I don't know. That's destiny issue. But what I know is that it's just organize my 160 city, go to STC, stick Accra bus, and just sit down and leave the rest to God. Now you go Chala Accra. Listen, stop forcing to change destiny or the past. Focus. Just ask yourself whether forget about how good or bad your destination is. You are right now. Focus on whether your habits are putting you on the right path to where you want to go. So that some of the habit is reading financial book. Do you read? Listening to financial audio. You continue to be listening to politicians. Look, I heard Bawumia told me that when he comes, the economy will be right. Is it right? I heard Nana told me, one village, one dam. Is it okay? These are elderly, and they told it. It's not like they are lying. You see, we have plan. Ideally, these are people who have us at heart. But the reality is that you are not ruling the country only by yourself. So me, I just want to rule my life. I don't depend on what somebody says, because when you say something and you don't do it, I feel hurt. So I decided to take full responsibility. When I see something, I do it. I don't care what Nana say. I don't care what Bawumia say. I don't know what John Mama said. I don't care about anybody what they say. I can't hold them responsible. I'm responsible for my life. I said this morning, I'll read this book. I read it. I said I'll go to school, I have to do that. I said I'll take care of my son, I have to do that. I said I'll send money to this, I have to do that. When I keep on doing what I say I will do, my life is changing. My life don't change by what Nanado say. My life don't change by what Bawumia and John Dramani Mama. These are people I respected. These are mentors. Haruna, these are people I look up to. I'm not being sarcastic. I still respect them. I'm just stating the fact. Your life will change when you start taking full responsibility over your decisions. I know people who are just blaming others, but honestly, that will not help you. Well, that's not my message for today. My message for today is from this book, that Pay Yourself First. And what he did is that he always asks who have heard of Pay Yourself. They all say themselves, but actually they don't do it. So the fact that you know something doesn't mean you're doing it. You must do it. That is where the change of life will come. So these are the 4 questions he advised. I want you to ask yourself the following question. I think there are 4 or 5. Number 1, do you know how much you should pay yourself? I know. You can decide to pay 30%, 10%, 20%, depending on your financial condition. Some pay 50% themselves. Some are able to pay 70% for themselves. So just focus on paying yourself. Just focus on paying yourself. Your money will just be growing to a point that you don't need to live paycheck to paycheck, hand to mouth. And God said the more you have, the more He blesses you. The less you have, the less is taken from you. So you need to pay yourself first. Secondly, do you know where to put the money you pay yourself first? Some people are able to pay themselves, but they give it away. Somebody will just come and cry, then he will give that money, then he will not be a beggar. That's stupidity. Have a percentage for giving. Successful people, rich people, they have a percentage. You hear that Bill Gates has donated this amount, Warren Buffett has donated this person, Aliko Dangote, they have a budget for that. They don't give money emotionally. When you give money emotionally, somebody will just come and cry. And you just go inside and pick money and give. That's an emotional gift. God don't value that. Every month I have X amount, I give it to people, orphans, people who need my help. And anybody that come out tell you, if I exhaust that money, I'll just tell you, inshallah, next month you'll be those hours. So you just be there one day, I'll just text you, your money is ready, take it. Say, yes, I don't want to give you to drag myself down. While helping the poor, take care of yourself. Because you can't help the poor by being poor yourself. You can't help a miserable person by being miserable. That's not the best. Take care of yourself first. It's very important. And have life before you go into a relationship. I don't want any woman who will tell me, I want a man who will make money. No, I want a woman who have a life, then we'll share our life. I want somebody who have their own life, then we can share our life. Not trying to some unnecessary thing. No, I have my life, you have your life, then we share our life. I want to share my life with you, not come and make your life for you. It's so hard for me to make my life. I'm not perfect, I'm still working on myself. So I need somebody who have a life, then we share our life. That's the purpose of a relationship. Let's share our life. We're not waiting on somebody to come and make you don't even know your identity, you don't know your left and right. How can I? So I'll build you, then you become, it's very bad. It's very bad. You become what I want you to be, or what? So when I'm not there in your life, you are lost. No, make yourself. You know the right ingredient to make yourself. You know what you like, you know what you don't like. You have your boundary, you have your standard. You know what you want. Just stop investing on people based on the way you like them. It's based on the way they like you. You can't sustain any relationship you're going to based on the way you feel about that person. Is the feeling mutual? Yes, I feel good about you, so I'm investing based on how I feel. Now, when my feeling goes down and is that I realize that the person doesn't feel the same, then I'll be hurt. No, at the beginning, don't just go too deep. Take your time. This is how I feel about that person. That's good. How do the person also feel about me? Oh, that's great. Then let me invest this percentage. If you don't judge your investment based on how the person feel about you, the person will feel I don't even need to do anything to get anything from that person. The person see me as a cup, I'm okay. So they don't even need to do any effort to get anything from you because you are too cheap, you know. So have a life and let people earn it. Let people earn your love. So, but when you don't have a life, People don't earn anything. You give it for free. You tolerate every shit. You don't have a life. You want somebody to come and fix your life. So you go to this man or this woman, she'll fix your life. Then he or she will get what they want. After the time they leave you, you blame them for 1 year, 3 years, and you go and pick another man or another woman. They will fix your life. They will make you happy. Then you have 2 kids with them, or you have some relationship with them. Then they will quit off. Then you blame them. You go and look for another. Why fix your life? When you fix your life, you attract the right people. That's the key. So that's why today my message is on finance. Forget about how good or bad your finances are right now. Focus on whether your habits are putting you on the right path to financial freedom. There is a path to every destination. Yes, you cannot change your destiny. You cannot change a destination, but you can change the path to that destination. God does not give you the control over destination. He gave you control over the path, the choices on the path. So that is why God gives so many paths to every destination. So if you take any path, you don't even need Soothsayer to tell you your destination. Some of these things are very logical. You don't need the Soothsayer to tell you. If you cannot change your destiny, simply change your attitude. We only have control over the path, not the destination. And each destination has its own unique path. So do not forget about how good or bad your destination is right now. Focus on whether the habit you possess right now, where is it sending you? Do you pay yourself first? Do you feed your mind? Are you associating yourself with the right people? Focus on the path. There's a path to financial abundance. Are you following that path? If you are not following that path, you are following another path, it will lead you to the destination of that path, not the one you want. It's not about what we want. It's about doing what we say we want to do. It's not about getting people to do what you want. It's about getting yourself to do what you say you do. God bless you. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.